I want to talk for a moment about mixed race families and the struggles that some of us go through being mixed race. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If you've been in our country for more than 5 generations, the chance that you're interracially mixed is pretty much 99.9%. There are a lot of people who get discriminated against by both sides of the fence where this is concerned. It's disheartening, and it's something that needs to change. My kids are mixed with African American, German, Irish, British, what else? Native American, and all these other races. Where I'm mostly Native American, but I'm 25% other stuff, and it's a mix. It's a melting pot. So just imagine what my kids' races are mixed. They look like, you could tell that I have African in me when you look at my kids. You can't see it in me, but you can definitely tell in my kids because they're way darker than most just African and Caucasian mixed kids are. So you can see it in my kids. You can't necessarily see the race in everybody. Some people are what they call yellow, and that you've got other people who are a lot darker. And I don't know what's going on with me today. I all of a sudden have the burpees. But anyway, we have to deal with this type of discrimination all the time. The sad thing is, a lot of times you've got families who take it out on the children of the mixed race couples because they don't have the courage to go and tell the mixed race couples to their faces. So you've got all these kids who are being discriminated against wrongfully within mixed races. And it's really sad because there's some families, the Africans won't accept them. The Caucasians won't accept them. Now, you've got some that are Mexican that won't accept the interracial mix. And some Asian or German or whatever. This doesn't just happen amongst the black and the white or the Asian and the Mexican. It happens amongst all races. So don't think for 1 second that because a person has my skin color, that they are a particular race. Because I'm going to tell you, when they did our blood work, woo-wee, we found out a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't know. I mean, I knew, my mom told me a lot of it, but I just didn't believe her. So we've got all that going on, along with the fact that we've got all this discrimination because of being mixed. Now, most Native Americans are not pure in this country, and we're not pure because we had other entities come in and force themselves on Native Americans in order to try to water down our blood. This was purposely done through the course of history. It's documented. This is why I think it's so important that we open the door to this discussion, because most kids are mixed, and not teaching them how to behave around kids that are mixed and to not discriminate is a parent's lesson, not a teacher lesson. It starts at home. It also starts at home when people learn to hide racism as well. You'll have prejudiced people right in your face, and you won't even know that they hate you only for the color of your skin or your family heritage. And so we have to address this as an issue, not just in our country, but worldwide, so that we can get the message across. You want to talk about racism, this is where it matters. Because if you don't stop the kids from being racist, we're just going to go in circles and keep going in circles until we do something different. Just food for thought, when you're sitting down at the dinner table and you're talking to your kids about racism, let them know that mixed race kids are especially targeted because they have the worst of both worlds. They got the best of both worlds because they're mixed, to me. But you got some people out here that target these guys because they're mixed race, and they get a double whammy by the hate that they get. And this is real talk. It's a huge problem, not just in our system. It's going on in our schools. It's going on in the streets. And it's stuff that needs to change. A lot of it starts with our attitudes. And as long as the people are discriminating against these mixed races, we're never going to solve this problem. It's no longer a matter of blacks hating whites and whites hating blacks. Now we've got this mixed generation that's being hated just because they're mixed. It's so sad we're teaching people to hate and hide their heritage because the community doesn't want to accept it, not the person. I teach my children to be proud of their heritage. I want them to know that when they hit the streets, that they are a beautiful creation of God, and not to take that lightly, because each person is different and unique in their own way. And stomping on that is stomping on the history of our country and the history of the people that you're being prejudiced against. Shame on you. It's time for real change, folks, with God's love. God bless America. Have a blessed day.